Hello and welcome to Telegraph Studio. I'm Alistair Greener and today we're going to be discussing wealth management for women. And joining me is Sofat from Addidi. Good morning.
Good morning, Alistair.
Now, of course, gender equality is a hot topic for business and the economy generally, but there's just 7 women at the top of big companies. So do you see yourselves as a catalyst of this trend to increase that?
Yes, we're very much spearheading change and enabling women to leverage their wealth and their talent to connect with business. There's a great deal of focus on getting more women on board of FTSE 100 and 250, but the fact remains that 80% of businesses are small and medium sizes, and they're responsible for 60% of the employment in this country.
You specialise in wealth management for women, but what's the difference between a male investor and a female investor?
Of course there are differences. The simple fact that women become mothers and are still the main carers at home have big implications for the choices they make, their priorities and value system in their life. It also influences their approach to money. First of all, I think for women, money is very much an enabler. It helps them achieve something of value in their lives. Money is important, but it's just a station in their life journey rather than destination. I think this nurturing role also means that there are very few women who will risk their core security, whether it's their home or a school fee fund for their children. Women are not risk averse, but they take considered risk and they really question the risk-reward matrix. Finally, women make decisions in a different way to men. Women typically don't like being sold to. They don't like making off-the-cuff decisions or buying and selling frequently. And in fact, it's these things that make women a good investor. Research actually shows that female fund managers outperform their male counterparts.
You say women make good investors, and you said earlier on about being good leaders and things, but surely there must be some weaknesses. I mean, they can't all be super women. What sort of things should they be aware of?
I like to think we are super women, but of course we're not. There are weaknesses. There are probably 2 key things. One is that often women don't seek out advice because they're put off by the jargon in our industry, and so they'll try to make do without it, and typically to their detriment, I think. Secondly, where they are engaged with advisors and businesses, I think at times they go with the flow far more. They perhaps don't listen to their gut instincts when things are not quite right and speak up. So it's about a matter of confidence. Women think they know far less than they actually do. Men typically think they know far more than they do.
So you talk about the questions that women should be asking. What are those questions they should be asking?
I think the first thing all investors need to be aware of is that emotions play havoc with our investment decisions. Typically, herd instincts mean that we come into the market at the top and we come out at the bottom. So it's really important that as investors we have a clear investment strategy and a plan. Every business has a business plan, and in my view every individual should have a financial plan that outlines their objectives, outlines the resources available to us, it clarifies the level of risk we're comfortable with, we need to take, and we can afford to take. And finally, the actions that needs to be taken to achieve our objectives.
Now, we've talked a lot about theory here and how you work and things. Perhaps you could give us some examples of people who've actually come to you and what's actually happened with them.
Clients come to us at different stages in their life. They may be coming up to retirement, getting married or divorced, changing job, setting up a new business, or looking for funding for a business. Addidi clients typically are savvy, financially independent, entrepreneurially spirited women.
Okay, hang on a second. I'm a man. I come to you. Are you going to turn my business away?
No, of course we're not. And we do have a fair number of male clients. But we very much believe that all wealth is good for is to be good to ourselves and compassionate to others, to use it to learn and grow as an individual, and something that's good in our lives. And so if you share that perspective, then of course we will work with you and hopefully make a success of your money.
So give me some examples of this actually in action.
So take example of Jackie Harris, for example. We've worked with Jackie for the past 13 years or so, and it's been a pleasure seeing her go from being stay-at-home mum, a grieving widow, to a successful businesswoman. So Jackie now owns Trendaway Farm, a diversified farming business with a 5-star B&B, an event space in Cornwall. When she came to us, she was just sorting out her husband's estate. She had initially gone to the bank for advice and then got very tired and suspicious of being sold another product. Over the years, we've put together a stable and diversified portfolio for her. That has helped to fund property renovation in London initially, and now her business in Cornwall. Over the last few years, we've worked with her within the business to put some strong financial discipline, to have a real clear vision of what she wants from the business, and the fact that at some point she needs to think about what her exit strategy is. Jackie is now an owner of a vibrant business providing really needed local employment, and she's brought her family into the business, and we have become advisors not to just her but the business and her children.
Now, you've talked a lot about success in this interview. How would you measure success?
Part of the reason we chose Addidi as a name is the fact that it includes Didi. Didi in Hindi is a generic term for an older sister, somebody you can totally trust and rely on. So success for us is very much about quality, not quantity, about relationships, not numbers, and success for our clients, not just our balance sheet.
And finally, we're looking very much towards the future and seeing, business for women and investment for women. How do you see that trend going on, say, in the next 3 to 5 years?
Things are changing already subtly, and they have to change. The financial crisis in 2008 and the subsequent scandals around dubious business practices mean that business as usual is not an option. Research shows that gender balanced boards are more successful than men only boards. A study by McKinsey & Co. Actually shows that businesses with gender balanced executive committees have provided 56% higher operating profits than men-only executives. So gender bias, conscious or otherwise, is a luxury we can't afford.
Well, it certainly looks like to be a very exciting future for women in business and investment. And Sofat from Addidi, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.